so it's not good enough to start on the stage, but it's still working. And for the power should not blinking. If it is, it means it's working with the safety emergency power. So if you have any issues like those two, please come to the start of the liaison as soon as you can, I mean, ahead of your time, so we will fix your device. Thanks. Every day you will have to enter the code on your GPS. This code unlock the waypoint you have to find during the day. So to enter this code, you have to press COD. And if you have a motorcycle, to display the menu, you just have to press one of the two blue keys in the middle. And then with the arrow, you will be able to select COD and then validate the menu. Once you are on COD page, you go to CD1, you press this key, and then you will be able to enter with the plus, the minus, and the arrow, the code of the given day. And this code, you will have it at the briefing every day. Yeah, sorry. On this screen, you will see all the information you may have on your GPS. So first of all, DF3 is the name of the target waypoint. The arrow shows you the direction to go to this waypoint. The CTW here, 221, is the course to this waypoint, so follow this one if you want to reach it. The small number 2 is the number of the target waypoint. The DTW information is the distance from you to this waypoint. Total is the distance you've already done with your vehicle. SOG is your speed, the actual speed. The COG is your heading, so your direction right now. And the last information on the screen is the 1 CP. This is the CP counter. It means right now, in this example, I have validated so far 1 waypoint. Most of the time, you will go to this kind of waypoint, I mean masked waypoint, so your screen will be like that. You will not have the blue information, such as CTW or DTW or the arrow, but instead you will have your cab, your direction, bigger in the middle, and your speed, the total, the name of the waypoint, etc. WPCs are must waypoint. The only difference with other waypoint is that you never see the arrow to catch this waypoint. So to figure out, you validate a WPC waypoint, you have to be careful on the screen. Look at the information circled in red. On this example, I have validated so far 4 waypoints, and I am heading to waypoint number 5, which is called K42. And when you will validate this waypoint, the screen will change like this one. So you will have validated 5 waypoints, you will head to number 6, which is called something else, like in this example, K77. Note that the WPC waypoint will validate at 90 meters. This is a useful information. This information is displayed on the regulation. It shows you the visibility radius and validation radius. So please look that all the waypoints are different, so you have to expect different validation from those waypoints. You can go to the next one. Sometimes you may get lost, so if this happens, your GPS will ask you if you want to continue to the next waypoint or if you want to go back and find your waypoint, the previous one, the one you missed by yourself. So in this example, I'm coming from the left side of the screen and I'm going to waypoint 5, but I get lost and I find waypoint number 6. As soon as I find this waypoint 6, I have validated this one. So the GPS showed me a screen like this one. Do you want to jump to 7, which is called K198? Yes or no? If you press yes, the GPS will will adjust itself to waypoint number 7. So when you will be close to this waypoint, you may have the arrow. If you say no, it means you want to go back to find waypoint number 5. And when you do so, when you validate number 5, you have to go to 6 again and then 7, because you must validate all the waypoints in the chronological order. So when you will be close to a masked waypoint, close to 3,000 meters or 1,000 meters, you will have the arrow to lead you to the center of the waypoint, Yeah, to validate the waypoint, you have to be close from 90 meters to 200 meters. If you want to jump a waypoint because you don't want to go there anymore, or if the organizer asks you to jump a part of the track, you have to know how to do it. So you have to press next on the screen, then the menu changes, and you have to press W plus or W minus, depending if you want to go to the next one or to the previous one. You can do this as much as you want, but just remind that you have to tell your GPS where you want to go. So don't forget that. On this same page, on the next page, you have the possibility to adjust your odometer with the plus, the minus. So each time you press it, you add or remove 100 meters. That's good. So as you heard during the briefing, all the liaisons are monitored with the GPS. So depending of the GPS you have, T3 or tracks, and this is for stages. On the stages, you will be controlled on the speed. So it will be 140 for the tracks and 130 for the T3. And down there is the limit, which is not the good one. So the good limits are those which has been given during the briefing by Stefan. Sorry. Yeah, next. So speed control zone. Every speed control zone starts with the DZ, and it's followed by a number. This number is the kilometer on the road book where this waypoint is located. So in this example, we're coming from the left and we are going to a DZ. As soon as you enter the DZ, your screen will indicate the speed, and the penalty zone starts at the end of this waypoint. So it means you have 180 meters to slow down and to reach the maximum speed or under. Then the speed control zone ends at the FZ, and as soon as you validate the FZ, you will be able to go faster. So as I said, as soon as you enter the TZ waypoint, your GPS will show you this. The value of the speed will depend on the location, of course. And when you are inside the speed control zone, the display looks like the second one. Note that if the triangle is blinking, it means you are overspeeding. So about the speeds, there is the speed extension in the GPS. And this is the noise you will hear depending on the speed you're driving to. all the CPs are kind of protected with the with DZ, which means you are inside of the speed control zone. So it's working exactly the same. When you are inside the speed control zone, you have to respect the speed. The only difference is that the speed control zone doesn't end at the beginning of the last waypoint here, but at the end. So let's talk about the neutralization zone. It's not really complicated, but just be careful because the GPS will count down 15 minutes as soon as you are in the middle of the DZ. So as soon as you enter the DZ, you have 90 minutes to slow down, of course, because you will be limited with the speed, and then after the middle, your countdown will start. So you have to refuel, you can do whatever you want to, and you have to reach the end waiting zone with the panels and wait until your GPS shows 60 seconds or less. At this moment, you are able to go inside the refueling out, the FZ, inside this radius. And when you will be inside this radius, your screen will change the color of the display of the countdown. And when the countdown is over, it will display a small clock with OK in it. And then you're free to go. The time we're calculating ends at the end of the FZ. So it starts in the middle of the DZ and it ends at the end of the FZ. If you're lost, if you are riding on your own track, GPS will show you this. It doesn't mean you are on the wrong track. It just says you that you are driving on your own track. And it displays this symbol, and it displays as well a little music. When you are doing backtracking, or if someone is doing backtracking and you are coming in front of each other, it will display this information on both your screen and the other competitor's screen. And the GPS will ring like this example. So be careful, this function works when you are in a 200-meter radius in front of each other, so it means it could be very dangerous very soon, so just be careful. All the liaison of the electronic roadbook in the GPS, it works like a paper roadbook. Instead that every time you reach a node, the GPS switches to the next one automatically. You have all the information you need, and there is waypoint as well. So if there is a village, for example, during the liaison, it will be displayed as a roadbook, and it will as well catch the waypoint. So you have to respect the liaison. If you want not to jump a node because you lost or because there is a problem on the road, you can go to the next menu, and then instead of W plus and minus, it will be written, N plus or N minus. So every time you press N plus, you go to the next node and the next node, and the N minus is doing the same. When you will reach the bivouac, the GPS will show you if you did a good stage. I hope so. So if it's written OK, it means everything's okay, you did no overspeed, no missed waypoint. Otherwise, it will show you something like SPD or CPs or VMX, depending of the overspeed or waypoint missed you had. Check those infractions, you can just press CHK and then this screen will appear. So as you can see, in this example I have 5 CP missed, so I missed 5 waypoint and I did 11 overspeed. SPD. As well, on this page you will be able to check the code you enter for this day and the serial number of the GPS and your race number if needed. Let's talk about the Sentinel function now. If a car wants to overtake you, it needs to be close to you, like 200 meters, and press his yellow button for more than 2 seconds. When a car overtakes someone else, like a car, a truck, or a bike, the symbol car will be displayed in the top right corner of the GPS. Plus, you will hear the noise like this example. It's like a beep 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 beep. No, almost a beep 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 beep. I'm not doing it well, but this is the idea. If a truck wants to overtake you, it's working the same way. He has to press his yellow button for more than 2 seconds when it's close to you, and the noise will be different, and the display on your screen will be different as well. I'm glad this one works. Yeah, change the screen. If you are driving a car or a truck, you have a yellow button, so you can acknowledge the signal by pressing it just shortly, and you will send a message back to the competitor who wants to overtake you. It will be like this example. So if you hear that, it means you have sent a message to overtake the person in front of you, and this person understood. The last function of the Sentinel is the alarm. So if you crash, if you roll over, you can set your GPS in alarm. It doesn't mean any penalty, it just means that you are sending a signal to other competitors around you that you are in a bad position, behind you, stuck, or you had an accident. So do not hesitate to use it. So if you hear noise like that, it means someone is in bad position close to you, so be careful. And if you want to set your GPS in alarm by yourself, you can just press the 2 blue keys at the same time, or just press the red button. If the bike is falling, or if you roll over with your car, it will as well switch on. And to switch it off, you just have to do the same. So press again the 2 blue or the red one. And that's it. So if you have any questions, I will be standing here and waiting for your questions. Thank you.